Alright, y'all. We back with another video, man. Y'all already know what's going on. Alright. We're gonna jump right into it. This is a video to check up on y'all, man. Check up on y'all mental health. Check up on what you're going through in life right now. Check up on the things that, you having problems with. When y'all comment on this video, you could comment about what we about to watch, but let me know what y'all got going on mentally, what you're struggling with, so on and so on, right? I've been wanting to do this video for a couple days. Yesterday I took a day off. I stopped my streak of 70 something videos in a row or 70 something days, but I wanted to come back after a little day off with this video, right? Talk about what's really going on in the world, all this stuff with the government shutdown, America going out of business. I really like this clip we about to watch from Corey Holcomb. And I also got this clip I want to show y'all from Nino Brown channel where he just really goes in about very important topics today. This video is pretty much, just a check-in to, get the conversation going about real life, not about conspiracies or dark evil stuff. This video is just going to be in this lane for checking in, man, checking in on everything. What you struggling with? Is any of this stuff we about to talk about affecting you? You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about a couple of different things. I also want to get into a little bit of addiction, especially with alcohol and weed. I'm not going to go too crazy because I could do a whole separate video for that. But, the main things that I know a lot of people struggling with because I see it every single day, I just want to kind of touch on. With that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into this first clip, and it's going to lead into, everything else I want to talk about. All right, check this out.
Everybody who out here shining, pulling up in big expensive cars, jewelry, listen to me. Listen to your brother Corey. Them days are fading. Shining while in the streets is not the thing to do unless you got on some fake jewelry that you can get them right away when they ump them things, because they umping them things on everybody who's shining. You don't think you will be followed. You don't think, because it's new to the world just how bad it's getting. Oh. Homie, them people who will get it how they will get it are watching you as you shine. So if you ain't got the henchmen with you, standing ready for what's gonna come, the days of shining, that's over. When I'm on stage, I might have on some jewelry or something like that. But when I'm out going to a pizza place, when I'm out going whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop, you best to have that, God damn it, if you out here shining, because you naked if you don't. This is America. It is actually out of business. I heard the lines at the ATL airport was around the corner. People missed their flights because TSA ain't getting their checks, and them people didn't show up. So at the Atlanta airport, this is what I heard, it was a long wait just to get on the other side where your flight is.
He ain't lying. Even the air control people are not coming to work because they're not getting paid, and so on. Which is real, but this topic is also real, and it also goes into being aware of your surroundings and not necessarily worrying about, what you got going on, what you got on, because you don't even got to be shining, honestly. That message is for people who like to wear big ass chains, do number one, got the money to even afford all that. But you don't even got to be shining. You know what I'm saying? You can have a nice little decent car. Somebody want to break into your car. You know what I'm saying? You can just be looking like you just got something out the ATM. You just never know these days. And especially with times moving closer to, food stamps being cut off, like things like this starting to happen more and more. This is not the longest the government has been shut down. I think the longest was like 35 days or something like that. But it's definitely a message to hear. And to start be aware of your surroundings, especially if you going out still, you going to clubs still, you drinking out in public. Don't even matter if you going to a restaurant, you know, with your homegirls, with your homeboys, like women, same thing. Ain't no time to be drunk coming out of places they robbing women. Where I'm from, you know, I've seen it. I've heard it too many times. Women get robbed the most coming out of little lounges, little bars, drunk and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like it just really ain't no time for that. And then speaking on, you know, alcohol and weed, especially alcohol, I wanted to say this. I think right now, bro, I have never seen so many people struggling with drinking alcohol, bro. And that kind of stuff is really what leads to these kind of poor decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like you already battling life as it is. You already battling America going out of business, you know, can't make no money, can't do this, can't do that, but you're struggling, you're addicted to alcohol. I saw a video on TikTok, right? Real quick before we start this clip. Saw a video on TikTok. This girl was in stage 4 liver cirrhosis. She drunk every day for like the last 10 years, pounded alcohol, right? Somehow, some way, she got lucky enough to get on the list to get a new liver because she'd been, you know, she met those strict requirements. When I checked the comments, I swear, like over 5,000 comments. Every single comment was about someone they knew who had just died from liver cirrhosis, stage 4, or someone who is about to die, or their family member who already died, their dad, their sister. I have not seen this. I swear, I got stuck reading the comments for like an hour, bro. It was terrible. It was terrible. Even my barber, right? We be having real good conversations when I'm getting my hair cut. He said his dad died a year ago from the same thing, liver cirrhosis. He said when he went to the floor that they had his dad on in the hospital, the doctor told him there was 130 people on that same floor with the same problem in the same condition about to check out. Insane. That's why I started the video and said, let me know what y'all struggling with. You know what I'm saying? Tell me what's going on in your life right now. What do you need to do to get better? Because a lot of this stuff is affecting your health. It's affecting your decisions. And at the end of the day, some of this stuff don't even matter. Job cut, food stamps, all that stuff don't even matter because you can't even get off what you addicted to. If you can't beat that, you damn sure ain't beat none of this. So it don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to talk about that because it was on my heart. You know, and y'all know I've done these kind of videos. I do them every now and then. And I feel like I'm one of the only people that'll just stop content and trying to make videos, you know, about, you know, the industry and stuff like that. You know, it's my niche, my go-to, but I feel like we got to check in sometimes. There's a lot of people won't check in, and y'all support me. Y'all my people. You know what I'm saying? We a community. We got to check in because at the end of the day, this is the most important. We got to check in. And I want y'all to let me know what y'all struggling with. Let me know what y'all struggling with, bro. My biggest struggle right now, not trying to make this all about y'all. My biggest struggle is calming my mind. I don't have addictions, bro. I don't have addictions to porn. I don't masturbate. I don't have an addiction to alcohol. I don't smoke weed. My biggest addiction is calming this down, being able to just chill. You know, well, not addiction. Like what I'm battling the most is kind of like myself, as in like, you know, chill sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Don't think so much about life and about doing this and, you know, goals and this and that. That's my biggest struggle is calming my mind down. I even told my doctor that like last week and, you know, she was trying to help me. Like I would also say I gotta, you know, I just gotta start back getting everything right, getting my body right, you know what I'm saying? And not focusing so much on work and making money and shit. Like those has been my major struggles lately, but let's get into this clip real quick.
Let me tell you something. Girl! The world is ending right in front of our eyes. And most people too distracted to notice what's going on. People scrolling on their phone. People gambling at them casinos, betting on the sports. But while you was watching football, a truck carrying monkeys that's infected with COVID, hepatitis C, and herpes crashed on the I-59, and the monkeys are acting aggressively towards humans. Now they say all of the monkeys have been destroyed except one. What in the Planet of the Apes is this shit? Check this shit out!
Here's the truck where the accident is. Now here's one of the monkeys right here. Let's zoom in on this so you can see this. There's one sitting right there. I've seen 4 to 5 climbing around inside the back of the trailer, but there he sits. Now each one of these crates has got a monkey in it. Now, with that being said, these are test monkeys, is what they are. We got law enforcement here. And this is one of those, and he's standing there on purpose for this reason, in case one of these, they're highly aggressive. I'm gonna walk back just a little bit closer to that Scotty Ray mobile in case something happens and we have to get out of the way of them. How are you? All right, there's a second monkey, Greg. You might want to be careful with this. He's on the prowl there. He's come from inside the truck. He seems to be there he sits.
But wait, it get worse. Walmart just froze hiring for the next 3 years. The biggest retailer in America just closed the doors on new jobs permanently. And while you was worrying about Birdman versus Master P and that versus the other night, UPS just laid off 48,000 people, all to be replaced by robots, artificial intelligence. Amazon just cut 30,000 jobs and they ain't coming back. They plan to replace all them jobs with AI. Machines that don't get tired, don't complain, don't need a check, don't need a Christmas bonus. And that's 30,000 families left without income right before the holidays. And this just the beginning of a global reset. While you was throwing your money at the booty club and betting on parlays, the government just shut down. And today, air traffic controllers didn't even get paid. This was the first check they missed during the shutdown. The same people that protect our skies while we flying to and from are now working for free. And there's no way you could pay me to get on the plane right now, because I definitely don't trust my life in them people airplanes. If the person in control of the airplane that take off and land and tell them where it's going ain't even getting paid, boy, I ain't getting on no goddamn plane. You could keep that money. The EBT SNAP benefits have been suspended indefinitely, and that's going to affect up to 50 million people in the recent times to come, meaning millions of families won't have food on their tables. Now, Donald definitely could activate the emergency funds to keep the food stamps active during the shutdown, but he disrespectfully declined. And to make shit even worse, Donald's administration cut $500 million in food deliveries to food banks across the country. The stores and the restaurants were waiting on 27 million pounds of chicken. They were waiting on 2 million gallons of milk, 67 million eggs, and 10 million pounds of dried fruit. But that never arrived, and he let all that food go to waste instead on purpose.
Y'all see what's going on right now? You know what I'm saying? This is why I was talking about basically staying sober, staying vigilant. There's better things to worry about right now. Ain't no going out. Ain't no just spending money willy-nilly. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no time to be struggling on what you've been struggling on your whole life. If there is not, something telling you to change, if there is not something that is pushing, like a thorn in your side or something that just is telling you it's time to switch it up, it's time to vibrate a little different, you know, experience new things in life, something is telling you to change. Something is telling you to not get left behind.
Thanksgiving definitely gonna hit different this year. You might have ops at ops house trying to get them a plate. And dig this shit. Trump just signed a new law limiting Section 8 housing to 2 years max. Meaning, if you on that list and you get picked at that lottery and they give you a house in 2025, you got to 2027 to get your situation straight. Because after that, you're going homeless. You on your own. This move alone will skyrocket the homeless population by 1,000%. And if that wasn't enough.
See, what it's doing is the old-fashioned cutting the middle class to where there is just rich and poor. This is why it's such an important time to focus on what you gotta focus on. Do what you always been wanting to do with your life, your career. Chase them goals. You know what I'm saying? Like, as in, you know, just trying to up what you got going on. Quit all the bullshit, all the addictions, you know, and just chase what's really important. You know what I'm saying? In a way to separate yourself. A lot of people can put themselves, make better decisions, and put themselves in positions to where a good bit of this stuff don't affect you. It don't mean you're just gonna jump to being rich, so on and so on. But a lot of this stuff is happening to leave those behind that aren't prepared and that aren't doing anything to prepare themselves and their families. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about like people that's on, you know, SNAP benefits, EBT, so on and so on. There's nothing I would ever say to people who are on those programs, because I come from that. I come from literally zero. And, you know, I've been blessed to build up, you know, things for myself in life. But I would never talk about as in like, you know, do better, do this and that, because I know the reality of life, the reality that this shit is hard. But there are decisions that you can make. There are things you know that you can do personally that will help your situation. A lot of the times when we sacrifice things personally, God will put us in the position, put us on the path that we're supposed to be on, because now we realize we had to sacrifice something. Like, God ain't just gonna cut, you know, your vices out your life and then just bless you with something. Like, once you realize that you need to put the work in, a lot of things will happen and open up for you. We already got to deal with this kind of shit where everything is shifting. Everything is changing. You know what I'm saying? So if the world and this country that we live in is showing you that they don't give a fuck about you, then that lets you know you need to care about yourself the most. So when it comes to things that you know you can do better for yourself, it's the time to do it. Because when I made my decisions, I was tired of living the same life, bro. I was tired of getting up, smoking every day, 3, 4, 5 times a day, broke. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about this, thinking about that. I was tired of living that life, bro. Tired of it. You know what I'm saying? Just being a N-word. Being a N-I-G-G-A. That's it, bro. I was tired of that. I had to give that up to get where I am now. And we all gonna be affected by some of this stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, global reset. It's literally, you know, everything. The world is shifting right before our eyes, for sure. I completely agree. So with that being said, y'all, man, I just wanted to check in on y'all, you know, mental health, everything. Let me know what y'all got going on, man. Y'all already know we'll be back with another video tomorrow. So that being said, y'all, it's Black Balloon. And I'm going to see y'all soon, all right? I'm out.